Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for the handover there, Stephen. Let's get the slides on. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So yeah, thank you for joining the session today. My name's Jermy. I'm the Head of Business Development at Zenergi. And I've been asked to share my knowledge and experience from 15 years of engaging with schools, school business leaders, and their pupils in energy and carbon reduction. I think we all know that our younger generations are most heavily vested and really keen in this domain. They're really passionate about the future of our planet, obviously going to face a lot of the consequences of the situation that we're currently in. And as Graham and Richard mentioned in a previous webinar this week, yesterday only, that we're in a climate emergency right now. Another really massive thing that we're all part of is the fact that we're all seeing more instances of extreme weather, species extinction, rising sea levels, and so often our children share our enthusiasm for reducing energy usage and saving our planet. So let's go on a bit of a journey this morning. What we can do in our schools to involve and develop this passion a bit further. So why are we here? So ultimately, I think we're here to help you understand how engagement within your schools can make your energy bills lower and reduce your carbon footprint. So touching on what Diana Assaji said very passionately earlier in the week, you're a business manager, you are the captain of change. And yes, this is another task to be added to your already massively diverse list, but it's a really important one. And it might be one that you delegate to some really influential and positive people within the school, but ultimately there's some real vested interests from your perspective, and we want for you to be the sort of the shining light, the captain of change in terms of energy, linking up with the education side of the school. This can bring around obviously positive impacts to your balance sheets, your consciences, as a school, the school conscience. And what we're here to do is try and empower, inspire, and set the standards for future generations. What a massive win-win for everybody. So the only way to be sure you pay less is to use less. So what can we do? You can have a very detailed energy audit carried out by experienced engineers. We have those. You can do these in-house. Some of the most beneficial things that you can do would be just to simply walk around and do a very simple audit of things that might be left on, things that you have in the school, and maybe just thinking practically about, well, do we really need this? Does it need to be on during holiday times? Is it other times checked? Some simple things around the audit. Also, in addition to that, is behaviours and trying to engage your staff and your pupils in a collective energy saving effort around the school. It's so critical. So we can start by helping staff and pupils to understand the school's energy consumption patterns. A really good thing for everyone to do is just to monitor the basic principles, the basic figures in terms of what the usage is doing. So, connecting up with the pupils, looking at the energy bills that are coming in and using that data to plot where the consumption trends are going. School leaders can easily identify how energy efficient your school is by comparing to benchmarks. So a typical benchmark in the energy industry is cost per pupil. A simple way of calculating that is to obviously divide your annual energy bill by the number of pupils in your school. Typical benchmark for an energy efficient primary school is about £41.50 per pupil. And for a secondary, it's around £70.40 per pupil. And I did check those figures as well, just to make sure that they're in line with what I'm expecting from our customer base, and they are pretty much in line. So obviously costs vary as time goes on. We're kind of in a little bit of a lull in price at the moment, but we have to work from averages. So how is your school performing? Regularly tracking the energy consumption on a simple chart will identify the peaks. The engaging your pupils in your energy saving by helping to track and plot the consumption, taking responsibility for turning off lights and equipment, and reporting things like dripping taps, for instance, heating that might be on when you're not expecting it to be on. All these sorts of things should be picked up on. So please do, on the chat, request your free energy tracker from us. We'll actually send you a printed copy. It'll go to your school, and that's something that you can, obviously you might need one per class, you might need one per energy action group that you might have within the school. So please just let us know how many you would like, but just drop us a note to let us know how many you would like for this. But it's a real nice foundation to start with. Now, our customers will be well versed in looking at our PEPI, we call it, the Positive Energy Pack Interactive. So this plots your consumption from month to month, from year to year. You can see there in the nice graph there at the top, it nicely shows what consumption trends are doing within a school. And what you can do with that data is obviously share it. The great thing about it is we can add teachers to this portal. We can simply add their email address into our system and tick a box, and they will have access to this data. It might be that the site manager needs to have this because he's one of the key stakeholders that you want to employ as part of your mission to help reduce the costs and your climate impact. Now, all of this data is extractable. All of these graphs have data behind them, and the Excel spreadsheets that you can get off the back of them can be shared in class and manipulated. And what's really nice is you can actually look at the half-hourly data as well for the profile, and maybe tie this in with the same day as when you're going to do the actual energy audit. Perhaps COVID friendly, of course, send some children around to go and assess the classrooms, corridors, halls, sports hall, that sort of thing, and take notes around what's actually switched on within each of the rooms, and try and work out, well, all of those watts added together and the kilowatts there in the boiler house that might be on as well, do they actually add up to these lines that we've got on the graph? So at the moment we're experiencing 20 kilowatts. So where's that actually going? Let's see if we can list them out and find and narrow down what's been left on, and let's see if we can make a difference and track that the following day and see at the same time if we've made a positive impact. Again, all of this information is available. If you've got a half-hourly meter, of course, this information is available on our portal. For those that aren't customers, we can still help you with manipulating that kind of data and support you with analysis and benchmarks. So please do just let us know if there's any way that we can help you along with this mission. The really kind of big thing that I want to point out is so often business managers, finance directors, governors are very, very skeptical about why do we have so much consumption in the evening? Are the suppliers ripping us off? Because there's just no way that we can actually be consuming this much energy, between the hours of midnight and 7 in the morning. What is actually on between midnight and 7 in the morning? Well, obviously there's some things that are essential, but I'm sure if you employ the right kind of energy slayers, we call them, you'll be able to narrow that down. So every organization should have someone responsible for energy use, and implementing an action plan with other key members of staff should be part of this. So it might well be caretakers, cleaners, science teachers, sports teachers, perhaps geography teachers are often very involved. And we can support you actually as well with this, and maybe this is something that could really sort of kick off and inspire the staff and also the pupils with workshops. So I myself have attended about 30 workshops now. We call it the Energy Roadshow. We've got other colleagues as well that are actively involved in implementing these in schools, and really helping to drive and enthuse the whole situation, and and actually apply it to the specifics of your school as well, because obviously not any school is the same. So please do let us know if you need anything on that. So how can you engage your pupils in reducing energy? Here are some ideas that will help you understand generally what we can do. So there's obviously the appliances are one thing. I think we all know if you see a light on something, a clock or a TV monitor, a projector, then there'll be some background usage. It all mounts up. Air conditioning, actually, just going on to that, this is something that children can very easily calculate. They can easily monitor and actually go in and identify. And they have real fun in the process as well. Maybe it's just me being a bit of an energy geek, but I know that I would have had fun going around and actually witnessing and noting how many watts are being added up by all these things that are consuming background usage. Air conditioning, projectors left on, heating, hot water controllers, timings checked. It's amazing how often I'll go into schools and do an audit or a simple walk around, and these are the things that we think we need to get the kids involved with. So often they identify things that you just wouldn't expect. So why are the drinks dispensers, for instance, on during the holiday periods when no one's in to drink the cold cans, for instance, or why are we cooling a fridge that's open, an open chiller effectively in secondary schools, quite a sort of common situation, and yet there's like 2 yogurts in there that are going out of date. There's things like that that we need to be very, very wary of, and just ask those sort of basic questions so often to help identify where all these kilowatts are adding up. So thermostatic radiator valves set to maximum, a big no-no. Again, the kids can identify those. Hopefully you're lucky enough to have TRVs on your radiators. Rooms that are empty and the lights left on, obviously, again, another very nice little simple thing. There we go. Now we've got a really nice little poster that helps summarize all the things that go on within your school. Again, if you would like a copy of this, please do let us know. We can send out hard copies of this. We don't want to just blitz everybody with copies of paperwork to put up on your walls, or unnecessarily send you stuff. It's the carbon footprint associated with waste, again, that we're very much not keen on producing. So let us know if you want these things, and we'll be happy to share and print them and share them with you. Obviously, so many ways staff and pupils can save energy around the school, and this it really is quite a nice way of formalising that. So an eco council, I think in some ways sort of over to you in terms of what you guys do within the schools. I know that there's some really, really positive campaigns and achievements that have already been done within the schools, and to be honest, I'd be really keen to hear about those and try and build some case studies up of, here's some examples of where, this school action internally has done everything and created a real movement to change. And obviously those positive impacts on your bills and the positive impact to the carbon dioxide that your school's emitting. So hopefully you've got an eco council. If you haven't, then ultimately I think it'd be lovely to work towards one, and to do that, let's go for a champion. Let's go for the vampire slayer. Let's say it might be a teacher, it might be the caretaker, it might be site manager, facilities manager, it might just be it could be a science teacher or whoever, but develop a really simple policy. Keep it simple, keep it straightforward, and get some targets in there. Let's aim for something realistic, and consult with us if you want to. If you want to say, well, what can we achieve within our school? Generally, I think most people will sort of document that 10% savings are easily achieved through positive engagement and the children being involved, and just being aware of all of those sort of simple things that you can change, just minimizing the waste, the unnecessary waste within the school. So list all the things around. So do the audit, go through all the appliances. Are they plugged in? Are they lights left on in empty rooms? Is technology old? Let's actually look at what we've got in the school. So have you got printers that are 15 years old that are just dotted around the school, rather than having one hub of one photocopier that can be used and actually would save energy compared to lots and lots of small printers all plugged in? Are you still using an older style of projector rather than the whiteboards? And again, are they being optimized so that they're only on when they need to be on? So you celebrate the awareness days that you can have, offering non-uniforms in exchange for a small contribution to green causes. It's all elevating the whole awareness of what we're all about, and trying to reduce the footprint of the school. Now, part of the policy, I think, should probably be to report on the targets. So where you set the targets, then report on the achievements, and update within the assemblies the progress that's been made, maybe do newsletters, social media campaigns. And again, we're really keen on supporting all these things and, really promoting all the good things that you guys are doing. Now, okay, that a lot of the information that we've gone through there, I guess, is probably basic to most of you. I think, it's pretty clear that there's some simple things to do. Often it's not part of the day job to an extent because of all the other challenges that you're facing within the schools on a day-to-day basis. But either way, we've really got a big crisis on our hands here. We're here to help, and we're here to support, and we're here to actually offer you lots of other materials and things as well that could help with lessons. We've got lesson plans and links to lesson plans that we could pass over to you, as well as all these other things that we've already talked about. Now, this is the spot where we get to actually talk about our game that we've just created. So, see, we're in a climate emergency. It's threatening the planet, devastating consequences as temperatures are soaring. Changes will be irreversible as ecosystems collapse. Now, we've got a browser-based climate crisis game where you can engage your pupils in effectively protecting our planet. I had a go at this myself, and I must admit I got rather addicted. I think the competitive side of me kind of came out, and all I could really do was keep playing it until I got a half-decent score. The battery went dead on my laptop in the end, actually. But I personally had fun. I think a lot of the children will really have fun doing this, and this will be part of our package, I suppose, in terms of supporting our educational customers that we're obviously so embedded within. So there is a leaderboard as well, and effectively become Zengineers in order to create a beautiful country of developments and upgrades that raise the happiness levels of the community and reduce its climate impact. And this is a bit of an exclusive, actually. A preview of this is now going to be shared with you, and it's actually live on our website now as we speak. So here we go. That gives you a nice little insight, and yeah, feel free to start sharing that with people that might well want to include it within the lessons, perhaps geography, science, or perhaps just a fun thing for the end of the day on a Friday. So just a sort of general thing, really, in terms of catching up on sessions from the week. Obviously, they're on the ISBL portal. They will be on our website as well fairly shortly, where you can catch up on all of the various sessions. Decarbonisation is a massive thing right now, keeping us very, very busy indeed with, trying to support our schools with the more technical side of improvements. However, there's obviously been some really good other sessions this week as well, energy freedom as well. So please also do give us a shout to request a room thermometer as well. If you have fun and games in your school where people are constantly moaning about temperature and you want to be able to prove what's too hot and what's too cold, then we can also send you over a thermometer as well as the sheet. The link there for the game is also shown there. So please feel free to ask any questions, and if you do want any support, then we're really here to support you as much as we possibly can. So yeah, that is me. Thank you very much for listening. Is there any questions?
Hi Chris, we haven't got any questions in. We've had lots of people that have requested the resources, so I think the best thing is if you can email us, we can make sure that we can get hold of your details to get them out to you. I think as well, I think you're going into a coffee break now, so maybe use the time to log on to our game and have a go and let us have some feedback. We'd love to know what you think about it. Thanks everybody, and thanks Chris.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.